Hello and welcome to my craft room. It's Rhoda. Today is a continuation of working on my December daily journal and a little tiny flip through, I guess. Our first page is done. I've written on the back of this for my first day of December. This here, I didn't have anything as yet to write on here, but I'm going to think of a memory. I didn't have anything really happening this day. So a memory or something from my past is going to go on here. And you're able to write on the back of these little diamonds or arrows. But I need to get in there and put a little something on the back. This still needs to be filled. I have to put little cards or something in there. As you can see, I've been in here writing. Here is a tuck, and I need to put something in there. That may be like my last thing to do is to fill all these up. Now this is going to be able to hold one of my Christmas cards really nicely. And I've glued this down. This is one of the little pockets from the kit and a tag. And I've got the Christmas ball in here, and this is what I did for the envelope that was in the kit. I glued that piece down, as you probably saw in a previous flip through, and I just put this tiny little card in there, and it works out really well because you can pick it up. It sticks out just a little bit right there. And then this is what we're going to be working on today, the V-fold tree. You'll be really tickled to see what I do with that. And this is what I did with the other end of the envelope. I made like a pocket to put my tag in. So I wanted to be able to see some of the tag and be able to see some of the envelope. So I went ahead and did a little layering with some vellum. And I thought it turned out kind of neat. You know, I'm always trying to do something different with the items in the kits. And I've been keeping up. I got something to put on this page. That'll probably be another video. And of course that page and that side. And I've got a few other ideas. I just did this, I think it was the Wednesday video of, I guess this will be last week. But it was pieces from the kit, and it's a little tiny tuck for things. It's 3 little pockets. And if I was smart, I should have remembered to make a tuck under there, because you can't really write on this vellum. But I'm going to write on the back, well, I did write on the back of the tree for this day. It was the 14th. And something for this page. It's just, I just have all kinds of ideas. There's a glassine pocket that I'm probably going to put on this book page here. That just needs to be glued in. And if all goes well with the V-fold tree, I'm going to show you how I did that. And that'll be a little bonus treat for us today. Okay, back to where the V-fold tree will be put in. Where is that? I've got stuff everywhere. There we go. So it's going to be on here. This was day 7. I can get rid of that. And let me get this out of the way. And the V-fold tree is this. And I'll tell you, I saw the V-fold somewhere. And it was actually done upside down in just one piece. And I thought, oh, what if I made 3 different sizes or 4 and put it like that? And it's supposed to fold up when you fold the book up. And it'll unfold. And then, of course, this is my demo. I'm always having to try things out beforehand, you know. Now, this is a nice green, like deep green. And I think it goes with the greens in the kit. So, this is the piece I'm going to use. It's from my own dyed collection. Guess you could call it that. And what I did is, I didn't really make, you know, a template or anything. I just kind of made these up as I went along. So this ended up being about 2 inches to the center. So that's what I did here. I did about 2 inches and gave myself another 1/4 of an inch. And that's going to be the part that folds under, like a gusset, I guess you could call it. So that's the part that hooks to the actual page. And then the next one was about 2 1/2. So that's what I did here. I did 2.5, and then gave myself an extra quarter. And then what I just did, I kind of fanned around. Can you see? Okay. I fanned around at the 2 3/4 mark and gave myself a little mark. And then I came in there and just drew it in. That's how I did it for all of these. The next one was 3 1/4. So I gave myself 3.5. And then the biggest one, I was guesstimating it to be about 4 inches. So that's how I did all these. And now all we got to do is cut those out. And I'll show you how to do that, because we have to make sure we keep what we want for our little tabs to adhere to the page. And what you're going to do is you're going to just fold it over. You can stick it on a scoreboard and do this. This is just copy paper, so I'm going to see if I can just finger fold it right there. And then that piece that's in the center we don't need. So you go into the corner and then you come off of the corner and match it up right there. Yep, just right. Okay, I'm going to cut the rest of these out and I'll be right back. Okay, I have the last one folded, the biggest one, and I wanted to make sure that when you go in here and cut, you're going to cut a big enough area. Like you want to make it almost like a mitered corner kind of situation. So you might have to go back in there and cut again. This is just because it's going to be going over that fold in the middle. And then you also want to cut up so these aren't seen. See, I can see that one a little bit. We're going to snip that so you can't see it. Let me get those off my table. And now we're going to go in and start putting it in our book. Now with this book, I was going to leave a dangle, I think. But maybe with this page, I won't do it. Just because of this. So we're going to snip that off. Not need it. Oh, I can use that for something. Keep that. Alright. The biggest one, the middle. Okay. Now we're going to start with the little one first. And what we want to do is by go in here and already give it a fold so it's trained. And we're going to put that down with our glue. And I haven't really measured anything on my page. I'm going to just judge it. Okay. Now what we're going to do is just maybe go up here to the top where the holes are at. And I want it to be able to stick up once this is open. So I'm going to make it this height right here, or this this angle. What would you call that? Yeah, you're going to glue it down at this angle. Let's call it that. So it actually is a little bit of a 3-dimension. I think my other one's a little flatter, but you know, it's whatever you would like. If you want it to be a nice flat piece, once you lay it down, do it that way. It's all up to you, whatever you like. I'm hoping everyone's doing well today, not being stressed because it's almost Christmas. And if you're like me, you haven't got the tree out. Very impressed and picked out. Oopsie. Oh well. Okay, now you're going to go up underneath there and you're going to pick out another little spot. Then you're going to put it down and try to have it to where, and always look up underneath there and make sure your little point is dead center of your fold. That's pretty important, I guess. All right. I'm having to almost get down here on the level with it. Okay, I'm going to fold this one. I come up with these crazy ideas. I just throw them together, and I don't take any notes on how I did them. Oh. Then when I want to make them for you guys to show you, I'm working on the fly. Oh my goodness. I just love creating, coming up with something and something different, something you don't really see out there too often or at all. All right, there we go. Get that out where I want it. Yeah. And your bone folder will be really handy at this point. Get way up in there and rub that down. Now I think that one's a little too close, so I'm going to cut a little bit more off. Oh, there we go. That'll work. Fold it in half. And this is only the quarter of a circle. And I was trying to be able to use some kind of a circle to show you. This was about a quarter of a 4-inch circle. But I didn't have any bigger. I guess you could use plates if you had any, saucers, some things like that, if you didn't want to measure it out like I did at the beginning. My way worked pretty good. I worked with all 4 corners, and when I made my little notches to measure, it worked out just perfect. Alright, let's see how far up in here I want to go for this one. This one I made a little bigger than the norm, so I wasn't quite sure how it was going to work out. And it's resting right on that knot I just made. Oh well, I think it'll be alright. Now if you wanted to make this fancy and have snow on the edges or anything like that, you just go right ahead. It's going to be easy to maybe make you some paper snow. Oh, I got that one crooked, don't I? Whoopsie. See if I can get it down a little bit more. I don't want it down a little bit more, do I? I want to be out a little more on the other side. I think that's what it is. There we go. Let's see if that helps. I'll rub it down real good right here. Looks like I'm going to take it up. There, let's try that again. I got in there and got a little crooked. Just a little. This is the piece I haven't done. One of the bigger ones, I guess, would be a little harder. Alright, let's see if I can do it right this time. Let's try again. Alright. Go in there, find my middle. Get to the width I want it to be. I'm right dead center, right? This needs to be out a little further. Oh, goodness. That last one is wanting to make a liar out of me. I meant for this to be an easy project. Okay, we're going to go with that. Now, if you wanted to make this a true Christmas tree, you can put balls on it. Decorate it up with little paper pieces. Put a star on the top. And then when it folds up, goodness. When it folds up, it's supposed to fold correctly. Let's see. Well, it works. It just likes to fold its own way. Yep. I think it'll work. I'll just refold my pieces here because I think they're working with how I've got it glued in. Alright, well that piece is done. There's your little V-fold tree. Sure, practice makes perfect. Alright, now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how I did this, and then we're going to glue it in. But I'm not going to do the whole thing, just a little bit. So this is just a piece of cardstock. I put some paper on it, so it was a little, and then I didn't know what I wanted to do with it, and then I said, well, let me use it for this. So I stamped joy on that, and I made 2 little belly bands up here, and each one of these is a little tuck. And you can put your little smalls or whatever in. And this up here was actually, but I pinched it right there when I glued that other one down. So anyhow, it's all right. But it's to go down on your page, and you're to glue it like here, and glue under here maybe. And then you're going to have a big journal card that's going to work up underneath there. I don't have a card right now, but it will go like that, and maybe rest on top of this part right here and be a great big old journal card. But I'll have that in there by next time you probably see this. But how I did it is I just went and took all the little stripy kind of papers from the kit, and I went and just went in here like this. This one's already cut, so it's great. But all I did was I glued down the two sides and the bottom. And then I went to the next one up. And, well, actually, I went down. I'm sorry. You're supposed to start at the top up here and come down. So you can slightly overlap. Like you'd glue the two sides and the bottom. Then I'm going to come down and just slightly overlap that. And glue the same on this one. And then you just keep going. And I got at least 4 of them down through here. And that's all there was. You just cut out a candy cane shape and do this. And you choose your, type of print you want to go with. And then all we're going to do here is glue it in. And I'm going to use the whole outside to be glued down. Whoops. I needed a candy cane because I didn't have one in here. And you can't have Christmas without candy canes, right? And I don't think I need to glue anything else. I'm going to put that right here. Little away from the spine. And then I have to still cut these out. But I was thinking of hanging them right here. I'm still debating though. So next flip through, next couple flip throughs, you might see that. Now I got to put my number in here, which I'll probably just go ahead and put that on that page. And get that down. This is the day before Christmas. Ooh. It's getting there. You can see all these little frou-frous coming out the top here. It's all my little balls. I wanted to put a little string on them, and I thought that would kind of fancy it up. All right, let's make sure our paste down, and then that's all she wrote. Put our little pieces back in here. Well, I really appreciate you coming to visit and to see me. And if you like this, give me a like. And I'll see you again soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.